Merry Christmas, guys. I'm here to do a book review today on A Blue So Dark by Schindler. This book was published by Flux. It has 266 pages in it, and then the last 3 pages after, or the next 3 pages, whatever, is actually an interview with Schindler by Ellie Costa, and Ellie Costa is actually a blogger. Her blog page is called Little Willow. So she goes ahead and interviews her for the next couple pages, which I thought was interesting. The back of the book says, Mom knew that the mermaids, hand-carved from driftwood by the owner of a souvenir shop, were all I wanted to take home from Florida. As she bought them, she looked down at me, her eyes not just glittering, but snapping like fire, like 2 4th of July sparklers. She ran her finger down the length of my nose, almost like you'd stroke a favorite pet, and said to the salesman, "We're just alike, me and Aura." And you know, back then, the idea of that didn't scare the absolute hell out of me. So the story is about a girl named Aura, whose mother is schizophrenic. The story is from Aura's viewpoint, and it shows her mother sinking further and further into this abyss. Their dad ends up leaving and remarrying somebody else and basically wants no part of their lives. And this happened a few years back when their mother had a psychotic break. And this is when she was initially put on medicine. You come to learn in the story that Aura's grandfather, so Aura's mom's dad, actually had some mental issues too. So, you know, from Aura now, when she finds this out, thinks this runs in the family, obviously. And so she promised, her mom was so upset about this, you know, because her grandma put her grandfather away because of this, and Aura's mom did not want that to happen to her. So before Aura's dad left, he told Aura to promise him, do not give your mom any more pills, no more medicine, just don't do that to her, you know. So Aura is sitting here trying to take care of her mother, as her mother sinking further and further into, you know, this schizophrenia. And all Aura keeps thinking is, I promised my dad, I promised my dad, I promised my dad, and I promised my mom, you know, I wouldn't give her pills, And, but it starts to get to be too much. I mean, Aura's like 16 or 17, and she's trying to look after her mother, and she's trying to take care of the bills and do the grocery shopping, and basically watch her mom like her mom's a toddler. And it results in Aura missing a lot of school, which, of course, that has its repercussions. And, yeah, it's a deep story, and it's very hard to read at times, to know that this really happens to people. And I know I say that in a lot of my reviews when I'm reviewing a realistic book, but it always hits me every time that it's like, it's so sad that I can't believe people actually go through this, you know. It's so horrifying. And I feel so blessed that, you know, that's not happening to me or anybody I know. And so yeah, so little Aura, I know I'm saying little, but she's just 16 or 17, is trying to take care of her mother all by herself and juggle so many other responsibilities that she shouldn't have to deal with. And then one day it just gets to be too much. She just can't do it. It gets to be too much. So she actually knows where her grandmother is because Aura's mom and Aura's grandma stopped talking a long time ago. And Aura's mom did not want Aura communicating with this woman. So Aura kind of does this behind her back. And one thing leads to another, and they actually are able to get Aura's mom help and kind of get their lives back on track. So at the end of the story, Aura's mother comes home, and it's a very nice homecoming. The father still refuses to be a part of their life, but now you have the mother and the grandmother trying to mend their ways. And you finally have Aura almost being able to be a teenager again. So, and not having to hide this awful secret. So it was really good in that sense. The characters, I got a little bit annoyed with Aura because, well, she's trying to hide what's happening to her mother and try to take on all this responsibility for herself. Everything's crumbling down around her. And she did try to reach out to her best friend, but her best friend had issues of her own, so she kind of turned her back on her. And then and then she tried to reach out to her dad, but her dad didn't want nothing to do with it. So I guess she did try to reach out to 2 people, but I don't know, just when things really started to get bad, she still tried to hide it, And I'm not in that situation, so I don't know, but I was kind of getting a little aggravated or something, being like, you need to tell somebody. How can you see your mom slipping away like this, and you refuse to give her the medicine that you know she needs? And, but that's like, it's a 16-year-old, in her head, she's trying to do what she thinks is right, she's trying to honor her mother. So I guess I can kind of see that. Her grandmother, when she did come into the story, I liked her. She was a take charge kind of woman, but she still loved Aura and supported her, and even her daughter, who had broken away from her so many years ago. So I did like that. She tried to fix what she did years ago, but yet she was still strong. Aura's best friend, I understand she had her own issues, but that she turned her back on Aura like that, that's not a friend to me, I don't know. But, I mean, she did have big problems. So I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I do that in real life, too. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes, a lot of times, I get screwed because of it, but whatever. So, I don't know. It was a good book. It was a good book. Like I said, everything from Aura's perspective, and just, what her mother was going through and that. So, so you see it through Aura's eyes. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. A Blue So Dark by Schindler. And then I am having that 300 subs giveaway, so when I reach 300 subscribers, which right now I think I'm at 284, I'm going to go ahead and give away these 3-book set of Halo. That's still wrapped and everything. It's after the game, the Xbox game. And then I am going to give away another book. I'll let people choose which one they want, because I know probably not a lot of females, unless they have younger brothers or sons or anything like that may want this Halo. They probably won't want it. So I'm going to try to find like a more universal book. So, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's Christmas hauls, and wish you guys all a Merry Christmas today. Bye.